And I don't want to hear that shit. I don't got time for that shit. You don't care about me. You can tell I'm actively listening and showing an interest in what you're saying, so that you're just going to take that and run with it. Nah, not about that.
What's going on, y'all? We are back again with episode 29 of On The Howse. I am one of your hosts, Julian, and this is your other host. Stop laughing and say your name, man. Come on,
What's
man.
What's up? It's John. They know who it is. They know who I am by now. Shit. You know?
Bro,
shit.
Bro, we got a new subscriber since we last recorded, so I want to make sure we introduce ourselves. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... Oh, that's copyright. Never mind. My bad. All right. So... let's go ahead and... Yo, come on. Stop laughing at me, man. I'm in a very excited, happy mood. I feel amazing tonight.
I don't want to take nothing away from you.
Yeah. Y'all heard last episode. We're moving. And excuse the look of this place, because
that's how it looks
when
you move. Yeah. That's how it looks
absolutely.
When you move.
Absolutely. So, yeah, here we are. Gratitude for this week. I wanted to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
I'm cooking with gas. The steam is like off my head right now, and you're slowing me down. You're slowing me down right now.
Go for it. Gratitude is what? Gratitude. Hit it.
Gratitude is gonna be a freestyle this week, but before you go, I want to give mine. I'm gonna give mine first.
All right.
So for those who don't know, John and I met last year, but we actually met yesterday in person last year for the first time ever. So I'm just grateful for my guy, John here, who I met a year ago for the first time in person. And then it was just we hit it off instantly in person. Cause we had talked on video games and stuff, but never one-on-one before. So actually, no, that's not true. We did talk one-on-one on FaceTime, but that was a 2-second thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to my guy, John. Man, life has been extremely different since I've met my guy here. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done and everything that you say and everything you don't say. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
See, it's the things he doesn't say. Is the reason we air the podcast. And I know you guys think it's me because I come out here and say some wild stuff. He's worse.
Oh, man.
But he just doesn't say it.
I have more. My moments are more often, for sure. Yours are worse. Yes.
Because I hold on to them longer, I feel like they just go deeper into that dark hole that should never be entered. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. I don't know why I said that. All right. Do it that way you will, internet. Please don't clip it. Please don't clip it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you kind of stole. I mean, not stole. I should have been obvious this is what the route you were going to go. But yeah, this is a momentous weekend or week, I should say, with the year. It's not often where you celebrate a year from meeting somebody, where you even remember the day. But we were fortunate enough to have fucking video footage, essentially, confirming dates and all of that. So actually we only came through or only really noticed this because you were just going, I think randomly one time after we recorded, you were just going through old videos from your Google Drive. Welcome back. Hit a little bit of technical snag here. Sometimes shit don't always work the way you want it to. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes shit just disconnect when it's not supposed to disconnect. But we out here. So like I was saying is, I don't know where I left off. So I'm gonna just pick up where I thought I was cooking. And just saying that sometimes, or not always, do we celebrate like the day in which we met somebody, or like not even knowing or remembering the day we met somebody once time and friendship goes on. But like I was saying, we're fortunate to have fucking video evidence of that weekend that you came across just randomly going through after a podcast. We was going through your Google Drive and just came across some old videos when you were out here, and it was like, damn, oh, that's when you came out here. And then it was like, oh shit, that's the same weekend I met wifey. And then like, oh shit, so it's just, yeah, full circle. So, and that was like 3-4 months ago when you came across that. So yeah. So just bringing it all, I hate to steal it. We usually try to do different things in the grateful segment, but I gotta be grateful for you. I do. Just cause, you were very,
wow. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
You're very instrumental in helping me meet the woman that changed my life. And the course of my life. And then just this past year, like you said, we're in way different spots than we were a year ago. Both of us, like
literally and figuratively.
Yeah. You buzzed it. Yeah. I didn't go that far, but I went a long way. And
me neither.
You were instrumental in a lot of that, just holding me down throughout I know I blew past that. We're not even acknowledging that. Just
anyway.
Yeah, just in in the conversations and the fucking ups and downs, and just having somebody consistently there to be like, yeah, you bugging, or like, nah, dude, you got this. Don't even trip, or whatever it was. It's been a long, arduous year. So it's nice to celebrate that in a sense. We got another celebration coming up for you specifically that it's probably going to be a virtual one for now until I go out there in about a month and a half. But yeah, man. So
yes.
Yeah.
My apartment had a gas leak. Can we just talk about that? Like
before you moved in.
Before I moved in.
Yeah, it's important.
How does that happen? And I'm just like
somebody,
but
knifed.
I'm glad they found it.
Somebody knifed it.
They're
you
like,
know,
he moving here? Nah. You know what happened? They charged them for terminating their lease early, so they got mad.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's probably unplug some shit.
He said, "Oh, that's what happened." I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happened. We gonna run with that. We just gonna run with that. I don't need fact checks. I don't need the fact check. We running with it.
Dog, I'm bugging. What are you drinking today, dog?
So I had.
What were you drinking?
I didn't have much time. Hit the gym. One of us had to. And then sorry, that was low. You just talked about how much it hurt to. I know, but you got
I'm going right now. Nope. I'm going as soon as we get off here.
Yeah, you
24 hours.
Yeah, right. You got more priorities this week, so it's understandable to take a day or two off. Yeah, you're not going after this. You're gonna pass out. So I had a choice. I was like, I can stop and get something, or I can get home so we can start recording sooner. But we didn't start recording for another 2 hours. But it's all good. So I had what I had.
Went to the gym.
Not the last. You could have. What I had, not the last time, the time before, was the smoked sweet tea. Just some unsweetened tea, some simple syrup, mezcal. I told wifey about this drink and she was like, that sounds good. She was like, I might tweak it a little bit. I'm gonna put that on my menu. I was like, oh, all right. I know.
That's fire.
I know.
She put it on the menu. You made a drink, dog. Look at you.
I did. I forgot what she said. She's gonna call it, but she was like, ooh, that sounds good. I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I did that. All right, my bad.
Kind of proud. She be in her bag now. When we go back, it's gonna be cool. All right, I'm done. I'm so done. Not only was the delay on that crazy.
I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Fucking 5-second delay on the laugh track.
Oh man, listen, it's hard to be on camera talent and a music or soundboard operator. Come on, man. These are two separate positions paid in Hollywood, dog.
Talent on camera.
All right. Anyway, so what I'm drinking today, this on camera talent over here got his on camera talent juice, the favorite. I was trying to mix it up today, but the liquor store was holding me. They didn't want me to try nothing new. So they told me to go get this bottle right here and be happy with it. So I did. Nah, the thing I was going for, the thing I told y'all last week I was going there for was out of stock. So I was like, I just got to go Old Faithful. So with Old Faithful.
I thought you usually buy that. And the cashier gave you a look like, that's really?
Come on, dog.
We know what
I stock this just for you and you're not going to buy it. Come on, dog.
We know you're not going to like that shit. Just get your shit.
No, I'm going to have to go somewhere else for next week and get the champagne.
Hey, let's go. I'm going to have to do something too.
Call me Mr. Champagne Drizzy. Call me Mr. He ain't copping that. Is he? Sorry.
I was so low energy. It was the opposite of hype.
This man puts me up here at, what time is it? At 11 something at night. And he talk about
damn near midnight.
That was low energy. It is 11:53, and he talking about, hey, that was low energy.
Hey, bring all your energy, or we can record another day, motherfucker. I told you.
Fair enough. And we'll bring all the energy back for the next segment.
It's off the rails.
Welcome back, y'all. We are back with this fire topic today. You know, yapping has been the talk of the town. See what I did there? Yapping has been the talk of the town lately, and everyone's a yapper these days, you know? And I think we just wanted to come on here and talk about how we feel about yappers, because I feel like a lot of women, they get a little insecure about being a yapper. Some get insecure about it, some accept it. But I want to come on here and clear the air.
Okay.
And tell y'all how we feel about it.
All right.
Just in case y'all cared how we felt about it. I know you care. John, go ahead. Tell them, how do you feel about yappers?
Go do all that and then pass it.
Listen, dog, I'm a man of the people. I give them what they want. They want to hear you talk.
That's true. I can't argue with that. So I don't. What the fuck is a yapper? I don't know where this shit. You are way more up on trends than I am. I only heard about this shit through you. So is it just somebody that talks a lot?
Yeah, like someone who just kind of talks on and on and on and on.
Okay. So I don't think there's a blanket statement. I don't believe in those. So to say that I like yappers would be a bold-faced fucking lie. Just because I don't like all of anything, I think.
Well, that derails my idea for this video.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
And it's only because of the nature of how I am and like how you are and how people just come up and talk to us. I don't like all of them. There's a lot of people that just will monopolize your time and just talk about themselves. They're still a yapper. And I don't want to hear that shit. I don't got time for that shit. You don't care about me. You can tell I'm actively listening and showing an interest in what you're saying so that you're just going to take that and run with it. Nah, not about that. Man or woman. I don't give a fuck. Or them. I don't give a shit. I'm not about that. I talked to a wifey about this and I told her this was the topic and she brought up a good point. It's when you're either interested in the topic or attracted to that person. I think it affects that more so than anything. Because she was saying there's a lot of people that will come in and that she's talked to that may have a lot to say. And she's like, I couldn't give a fuck what's coming out of their mouth. And she's like, but like you'll talk about anything and I'm just locked in and interested. So in that sense, and I was like, yeah, I agree with that because it's the same. Like she can talk about anything, her day, whatever it is. And I love it. I want her to keep talking. She's talked like sometimes she'll get going and just talk. And then she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I just did all that. And I'm like, nah, I was in. I was fully immersed in that conversation and everything you had to say. So I do like, but to go back to, I guess, the grand scheme of things and not, narrow it down to this, whether you're attracted to the person or not. I would prefer a woman that talks a lot. I talk a lot and I think it's a good balance if we both do, because I don't want to be the talker all the time. That shit's exhausting. I can do it sometimes, but if I'm relied upon to be that, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I'll pass. So I like a woman that talks a lot because I like learning and I like listening. And so if you have someone else that talks a lot and has similar or even different interests, then I'll learn some shit because now she's like, oh, I learned this. Or if she's into something else, then she's like, oh, but this, and this. But it's key to also be at least showing an interest in what they're doing. You don't have to have similar interests, but you have to be interested or just accepting of that. You don't have to be interested in it, but to just shut it off because we're going to go to this again, fitting somebody into a fucking mold. We're going to go into this shit again. She's a 10, but she's a yapper. I won't slap the fuck out of somebody saying some stupid shit like that. Then that's not a 10 for you. To find somebody else. So be okay with letting it go and finding somebody else.
Real quick, I'm a 10, but apparently no one wants to watch a movie with me anymore since I'm in film school. That's what I was told yesterday. Not that I'm a 10 part, but
only if
the butt was real.
Only if you're gonna be there like, well, they actually could have done this shot better. If they would have did this and the lighting and maybe if they're another film buff, then they'll appreciate that and you can turn it into a discussion about film. Or somebody that's just interested in what you're interested in. There's people that really, you're this way. We've talked about this. You're this way. I'm this way. When somebody's passionate about something, it's so dope just to hear them talk about it. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just when they talk about it with passion and enthusiasm, it's fucking crazy. I'll listen to somebody talk about styrofoam recycling because I've done that. But she spoke with such enthusiasm about it. It was just like, this shit is fucking so fascinating. Vigor. Yeah. Ooh, I don't like that word, especially the way you said it.
Well, I guess on that note,
what about? So I talked a lot. I don't want to monopolize this, and I know it's you definitely laid back in the chair, so I know we ain't got long.
Monopolize what? It's a podcast. You got to talk.
I know, but I want to hear your thoughts on it because you're the one that brought this up. So I'm curious because I drilled it down to this narrow part and then stepped back out and just kind of looked at a big picture, so to speak. But I'm curious where you will go with this topic.
Full transparency. I'm exhausted. I had a long day and I'm drinking wine, which doesn't help. So like,
yeah,
I'm surprised that my brain was able to do this, but I actually like thought about my answer as you were talking, because you kind of changed my mind a little bit.
Oh, all right.
Because I came on here and I was going to be like, oh, I love Yappers. What do you mean? I'm a Yapper, so I love Yappers. But then I thought about it and I was like, dang, he's right. I do get frustrated when people come up to me and just talk nonstop and don't let me say a word.
It happens.
Don't let me like talk about myself at all. They just monopolize my time.
Especially because of what you do. You run into it way more often than I do now.
Yes, I forgot about that. But on the flip side, going back to what wifey said, if she a baddie, she could talk all day. I don't care what she talking about. I'm just being real with y'all,
honesty.
man.
Yes, as you should.
I'm being real with y'all, man. Listen, if she a baddie, she could be talking about whatever, dog. If she like giraffes, I like giraffes. We in there. Listen, I'm just saying.
I know. I would step back a bit, not even step back, but just kind of reinforce your position based on some shit you told me, where like, especially in apps, shit in person too, when you're talking to somebody and it's like
apps, bro,
or even in person when it's like, oh man, or do you want to have a conversation? Like one word or just answering a question and that's it.
See, but that's what you said too about I'd rather you talk too much than not at all. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So if we're talking about, if we're just talking whether you're attracted to them or not, just yapper or no, I'm going yapper all day. Yapper all day. Fucking day. No question. Because if it's at least if you're a yapper, you're most likely to know how to continue and carry a conversation.
Okay, but hold on though. By the time I get to my third eye, man, like you got to know it's over.
By the time I get to my second, damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Nah, but hold on. Those come in different varieties because let me tell you something. If she's bad, damn, that's I say, crazy. Wow. Or to be like, that's crazy. Because like I'm just so infatuated. I'm just like, wow.
That's when you still crazy. Not listening, but you just like hearing her talk.
Yeah, like, wow, that's crazy. You didn't hear what I said, did you? No. I'll be honest, absolutely
no,
not.
You just infatuated. Just pure infatuation.
I've had that happen once or twice in my car. And I was like...
You get infatuated?
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I probably should be listening right now. Then I like zone back in and use context clues to pick up what we're talking about. Happens.
It does happen.
Actually, no, it happens. It happens inversely because a lot of times I'm driving, obviously. So like if I'm driving, I have the tendency to like zone out while I'm driving. Probably not the best.
Nope.
But like, I just do like, I can't help it. It's like I drive so much, it becomes boring. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And especially if it's a conversation like that, where I'm like, I know nothing about it and you're just kind of yapping. I'm just like, oh, zoned out.
Yeah.
And then I zone back in at like, where I'm supposed to talk. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And see, I can't blame. Not a lot of people know that they do it on or know that they're actively doing it or are doing it on purpose. It's an art to have any conversation. It's actually an art. So even if you are a yapper and talking, there's a way to do it while keeping someone engaged. And
how do I become an expert yapper?
But read body language. You know what I mean? If you're talking like I do on here sometimes, I'll be talking and I'll see your eyes glazing over. Then I know either I need to pass it to you or say something funny to try to wake you up, or just take the fuck over and just not even give you an opportunity to talk. But it's just reading people's body language. There's times where people will want to say something, or you can just try to, I don't know, ask a question to get them involved, or just realize that what you're saying is boring the fuck out of them, and either to change it or to ask them a question about themselves to make them feel involved in it. Otherwise, this is just I'm just monologuing, and I don't care who's listening because I'm just fucking throwing all these words at you out of my mouth.
You gotta care. You gotta care. And that's the thing. I think that's part of it. When you care enough to read body language, people are easy to read. So I think that's what I found. People are so easy to read. You could tell the difference. Like when I'm saying something wild, I could tell I'm saying something wild because John's face will just go. And you know, at that point, that's how I know I'm out of pocket. I need to reel it back in. So I think that if you just pay attention and you care, you know, that girl you like, you might actually get her because she'll be like, wow, you're listening. You care so much. You might not actually even be listening. You might have been using context clues to bring everything back together. But body language is part of your context clues.
Should be. In most cases. Absolutely be. In both ways. Whether they're showing interest or disinterest. You should be able to tell by their body language.
Oh my God. The disinterest is so obvious, bro.
It's so much more obvious. Sometimes when someone's interested, it's not as easy to tell depending on the people and their demeanor. But
basic.
Yeah.
101. Body language. I approach you at a bar. You're like this to me. I'm like, hey, how are you? You're like, hey. Not interested.
You just
if I go, hey, I'm interested. I'm opening up to you. Easiest one. That's like the most basic one right there. That is the basic, like literally the full, like if I'm this way and you tap me and I turn my full body, I'm like automatically like, you're in there because I've opened myself up to you. That's that's not just man or woman. That's just universal. Like,
yeah,
arms crossed.
It's typically
walk away.
Typically you lost, especially if they're sitting down. I feel like if they're standing up, sometimes you don't know what to do with your hands. If you sitting down and you fold your arms like this,
you lost, bro.
Oh man, but yeah,
you sit back like
that's true. That's true.
Okay.
The head turn one is like, yeah. That's usually like
really
wrap it up or like I'm not interested or like, what do you want? That's usually like the what do you want? And who knows? That could be a defense mechanism or just that could just be what they're used to. And then you could
come back from that. You just gotta be ready to put the work in.
Potentially. Otherwise, it could just be leave me the fuck alone, and you can just be like, all right. Cool. Fuck off. Be over here. Have a good night.
I'm thinking more in terms of if it's a defense mechanism as opposed to a no. If it's a no, you'll be able to tell by other body languages. That's just an initial
if it's a no, it'll get progressively worse.
Exactly.
It'll get more and more obvious.
That's what I mean. You know, because like the whole thing will start to get better as conversation flows when like. Cause I've sat at the bar and it's been like, you know, like, oh, hey, I'm ordering to like, oh, hey, you know what I mean? Like just pure through natural conversation. So I think, like you said, body language is cool. Going back to the yapper thing, I feel like I didn't even really address it. I like yappers. I do like yappers. I'm a yapper. If you're talking about like, you know, a person who only yaps about things I don't care about, I'm not attracted to them. Nah, I'm good because I'm probably going to get frustrated and probably going to like, you know, wish I could watch you in 2 times speed. But you know, outside of that, I'm okay. I mean, I'm so used to it. I know how to fake the funk, which actually probably isn't the best, but I do really know how to fake the funk. So like, it might be hard to tell if I'm enjoying conversation with you or not. But I will say that if I am enjoying conversation with you, you'll know. You will know. Because I will let you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So all in all, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great summary, dog.
We fuck with yappers.
All in all, you know, yeah.
We fucks with yappers.
Come yap in the comments section. I want to yap to you real quick.
Yeah, because it's just because of we're only speaking for ourselves, but because of the nature of us, we attract people of all ilks. So there's people that maybe don't normally talk and they're like, well, I don't know why I'm saying all this. I don't know why I'm talking so much. Or there's people that just, this person is giving me the space to talk. So I am just going to go.
He said we attract people of all ilks. Yeah. I don't attract all ilks. I attract like 2 or 3 ilks. 2 or 3. They all fall under 2 or 3 categories. So we're not going to get into it right now.
I can name all 3 categories. We ain't got to get into it. He said,
I need a 4th ilk.
2 or 3.
I need a 4th one. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all want the realness? I'm giving you the realness. It's true. It's true.
Oh man, but just
brother been hitting the gym, so now the categories are just getting longer, and I'm just like, yo, no, we need to add a category, not make the list longer in the categories. Like, hold on, man.
Oh man, but it's
trying to be more diverse here. Gosh. Anyway,
it is the most frustrating to deal with people that like just don't talk. Which I mean, sometimes there's an art too. It might be a comfort thing, and then it's just making them feel comfortable enough to open up. Because I've done that too, and that could come from either just that's their personality, or unfortunately, it could come from past friendships or relationships where someone has. Yeah, that's crazy.
I need some WD-40 up here. Hey yo! I swear that ain't what I sounded like it was. Hey yo! He said, "Yeah, that's crazy." Come on, man, you're supposed to let it ride, bro.
I didn't until you made that face. You made that face and looked at the chair. I couldn't.
God dang it, boy. This episode's a mess. Yo, if you watch this, I want to know why.
If you're still here. Curious. If you're still here at this point.
We average about 20 viewers. So if you're one of the 18, because I think one is me and him checking on it, seeing how we're doing. So if you're one of the 18, I want to know why are you here?
Why are you still here?
Genuinely.
Oh my God, this whole shit is off the rails. This started off and we just never got on.
Well, because you messed up my flow when I came on the show. I had a flow going and I was really feeling it and I was going great.
How did I mess
I'm glad we're talking about it. No, I'm glad we're talking about it because now I can air it out. I got to air out my feelings. Bear with me for a minute, okay?
Send it.
I was flowing. I was doing good. And he just starts laughing at me. This is part of my yapping. I was yapping and they were feeling it. They were feeling me yap. And you had to laugh. You had to go and laugh.
Okay, man. But you used the laugh track. Yo,
let's go. Let's go.
This man got sound effects.
I'm telling y'all, man, now that I'm moving everything over and I'm doing stuff, I'm gonna look into it more and I'm gonna try to do some fun stuff with this. I actually like it. Let me know if y'all vibe with that, man. I got some crickets for John. John's gonna make a bad joke here and there.
Here and there. That's I think I'm about 60-40, 60% good jokes, about 40% bad. I'll give myself that. A little better than half. But that's what happens when you just throw them out there.
I'll make jokes that won't be able to go on air. How many jokes have I made that we've had to edit out? I feel like we've edited out a few now that we're He got me figured out, yo.
Because I can think of them because they're wild. They're fucking wild. I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4.
If you get past one hand, I need to be canceled.
No. Right, it's not that. It's not that. It's yeah. There was 4 if you count. It's not a joke. It's just something wild you said that we had to edit out. It wasn't a joke. You were dead serious when you said it, but we just couldn't let that shit see the light of day.
I need to know what you're talking about. Anyway, so as you could tell, we're in the business of yapping. Also, like, I just want to make that be known. Like, this is the business for yappers. So how can we be hypocrites and tell you we don't want to hear a word you got to say? Sit here and listen to us talk for hours. But, you know, when it comes to you, we don't want to hear a thing you got to say. And I'm not in the business of being a hypocrite, John. I don't know about you, dog. Not in the business of being a hypocrite, dog.
Can't do it. Can't do it. No. So
well, I think we didn't drove this bad boy home. I'm reading his body language right now. This is what I tell you about body language. You got to read it. This man looks like we didn't drove this point home.
Nah, I'm with you. Full disclosure, I got distracted. You know what's been happening today. So wifey just texted me. So I was distracted, just checking in on her. You know,
fair enough.
That's all that was. That was just focused on, that was just reading the text and then just like a little bit of just empathy and frustration. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. You know exactly what I mean by that.
We gonna empathy and frustration our way right to commercial.
Yappers all day, baby.
Yappers. Any yappers hit my line?
Nah, the line is closed. Line is closed.
You see all this hard work right here? Should have got it on the ground floor. We hope you're enjoying this awesome conversation. And if you too want to join in, make sure you email us at reachonthehowse@gmail.com. You could send us dating profiles, awkward dating situations, and just funny stories you want to see us react to. We can't wait to read your emails. Now, back to the show.
Yeah. We back.
Yo.
We back.
We back.
We back.
We back.
We low energy. We low energy. No mofo in here.
Speak for yourself.
They can see it in your eyes. Your blinks is lasting at least 2 to 3 seconds.
Did I just blink or did I fall asleep?
You done had some of those moments on here. I am just physically tired. I think you're both mentally and physically tired.
It was a long, it's been a long couple of weeks.
It's been a long month for you, dog. Don't even try
transparency. I'm like, I need like a good night. I need a good night and then a good day where I do nothing.
You are about a week away from having one of the best, I think, nights of just sleep that you are gonna fucking have.
I'm just thinking about next Monday. We're recording this on a Monday night. Yeah. I'm just thinking about what my life is gonna look like next Monday, and I'm like,
exactly,
it's worth every month. Like, it makes me want to get up and go work again. So yeah,
hey, it's all.
Our energy's back. This is what happens. Energy's back.
Let's go. Good, because I ain't got shit. I still ain't got shit for you. I was just gonna go with you know, because of the theme of the podcast, not the middle, not the topic, but like the actual beginning, the intro, if you will, and just what we've been on the past week or so. It doesn't have to be about me, because in the beginning it was grateful for each other and all that. So it doesn't have to be that, but just within the last year, what's been your favorite moment? Whether it's just an event, a trip, just a moment of personal growth, whatever it is, your favorite moment over the last year.
I have a lot of really good. I've been lucky to have a lot of good moments. So that's really hard.
Yeah. I know. Let's do a top 3. No particular order. Just do a top 3.
First thing that comes to mind is the first time I came out there and you had to check if I was dead. Well, that wasn't the first time. That was this year.
That was at the beginning of this year.
Yeah. That's like one of the first trips that comes to mind because that was sick. That was sick.
Yeah.
Another moment, this is going to surprise you, but another moment that comes to mind is when we were sitting on this podcast and we were recording and I got that text and I was like, Dog. She said she wants to hang out with me.
Oh.
It just kickstarted like so much growth for me. So like it was just so funny. So yeah, that was just a fun off-camera moment that you guys would never see. But like during commercial break, I was bugging. Yeah. I was going crazy. I was fully checked out by the end of that episode. That was the most I've been, like, I was fully sober. That was the most I've ever been checked out of a podcast episode sober. I gotta end it with the Disney trip, man. Like,
yeah.
The amount of, mainly from a growth perspective, man, but the amount of growth I feel like I exercised on that trip and just who I was during that trip. That's when I really looked, after I got on that plane and went home, I looked back and I was like, dang, bro, like you're a different dude. Like you're a whole different being. I don't even know if I recognize you anymore, but if you keep going like this, you're going to be a problem. You're going to be a problem, man.
Yep. I like it. You know, we obviously went through the grateful segment. So I'm obviously grateful for meeting wifey, but I'm not going to put that as one of my top 3 moments. I would say for sure one was getting this place. Just because sleeping in my fucking car and not knowing, just struggling. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and put getting the job and this place in one. Just because it happened like
they were a few days apart.
Yeah. So that was just like, oh, this shit is actually happening. That I'm gonna say, was it the second?
Stupid chair.
That wine is it different.
Man, no,
I didn't think it was the.
Stop making me sound like I'm farting on this podcast, man. It's audio only for some people, dog. Like that don't sound pleasant at all, man.
Sure, the chair.
Like, hold on, dog. Oh man, come on now. They were like, what's good with this dude's stomach? Somebody go take him to a doctor. Anyway, stomach sound all rusty and decrepit.
I don't know if it was. I think it was the second in-person episode we did. Was I think one of my favorite moments because our chemistry was better then. And also, we had so many technical difficulties. That shit wasn't funny, but it was so fucking funny. Every camera at some point died, and he just gave up. That's the first time I think I saw you give up on some shit. Because usually, some tech stops working, you jump into action. You're like, we're gonna figure this shit out. Even if it's to a fault, you might spend more time on it than you should. But I feel that like you enjoy it and you want to figure this shit out. But it was just fun to just recounting stories and telling them. And then just, I don't know, that one specifically, just because all the bullshit that was going on, plus just, it was just fun. It was just just whatever we got recorded and everything that was off camera was just still fire. That was definitely one of them. And then
that was rough.
It was rough. I know.
I give up, man.
And then lastly, this might be unconventional, but the first time that me and wifey had, I won't even call it a fight, just like a disagreement. I'm putting that as one of my favorite moments because the way we handled that gave me so much faith in our relationship.
My fault.
It's not your fault. It is my fault. I'm the stupid one. That is definitely not your fault. You didn't help, but it was my fault 100%. You definitely like made it a little worse than it needed to be. Sprinkled a little bit of salt on the wound for sure. But I'm the one that initiated the cut, and so it's on me. Because if I had did what I was supposed to do, that sprinkle would have just bounced off, and I'm like, really? And then it probably would have been funny. But because of what I did on top of that, so it was 100% my fault. And then
a moment of me yapping, bro, got you in deeper trouble. I was yapping. I was drunk and I was yapping.
You were drunk and excited. So you were yapping, and you did not read any body language of anybody involved.
I did not read any body language. Nope. I did not. And I was like,
you didn't read the faces I was making, like. I was like, you didn't pick up on what she was doing, the faces she was giving me. Yeah, you were just like, yeah, huh? But it's all good because some things came out that needed to at that point. And they would have come out eventually, but that kind of accelerated it. So I learned a lot. Not only about her and I, but about myself, and just me getting hyper fixated on one thing and then ignoring these other things and how detrimental that can be. So I really admire that, because the conversation we had afterwards was just like one of the healthiest, most productive, like post-fight conversations I've ever had, if not the most. Just because there was no animosity, there was no pettiness, there was no like trying to make someone feel guilty. It was really just empathy and just like, hey, this is what you did, this and this is how it made me feel. And then because you brought this up afterwards, it looked this way. And I was just like, fuck, I didn't realize that order came off that way. That was not my intention at all. And so it was just, that was one of my favorite moments for sure, because it was like, after we did that, it was like, that was the only, I'm not even going to, I'm not even going to say doubt, but that's just like, you don't know how a fight's going to go. And I've been in some pretty ugly ones as far as like the pettiness, the yelling, the screaming, all that shit, getting hit.
Toxic. Oh man.
Yeah.
He said getting hit.
Yeah, it's happened. It's all good.
That brother need a hug.
I'll take one. But yeah. So it just, like you said, it's just realizing that it's like, oh, it's all easy. Like, cause I know that even if she's hurt or frustrated or all of the above, she's not going to hold that against me. She'll just take time to be like, hey, this is how it made me feel. And then just leave. And then just, then it's a conversation. So I'm going to put that up there. Yeah. That was just like, oh,
that's a fire argument.
It was just like both crying because both hurt. But then like, no, that's not what I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. That's not how I meant to come across. Like, yeah, just the level of understanding. Mention. Yeah.
Honorable mention of vulva girl, man.
That wasn't. I think the way home, that conversations we had about that is definitely honorable mention. Just the realization you had about a word that was used that you don't like.
Oh the
phrase.
God.
The phrase you used.
Yeah, you and I had a whole debate. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Because you were how much you like. I don't realize how much I don't like that.
Person of color.
Yeah. You didn't realize how much it bugged you until she used it. Oh man.
Like,
that's fine. I'm not really a fan either. I didn't realize how strongly you felt about it in the moment. So that was wild. It was fun. It was fun. That honorable mentions.
I don't call you person of white. All right, I'm sorry. We're not going back to this. Anyway, go ahead.
Honorable mentions for sure. He must not know we don't do that.
I thought about that one too. Oh, he must not know we don't do that.
Oh man, I gotta put honorable mention up there for my car just because of the way I had to get it. It wasn't like, oh cool, you know what? I'm gonna get a new car. Just the way that shit went down with how abrupt it was and the panic and the I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get what I want kind of thing. So
you got Mr. Cool over here, like, calm down. It's all good. It's gonna work out. Yeah. It's gonna work out. It's literally, I swear, that's how it went. It was like, bro, calm down. What are you upset for? Yeah, this is great.
That was you. That was you. Like, it's a blessing in disguise. You can get what you want. You can go electric. Join the Tesla gang. Like you.
Oh yeah,
you were definitely just like, hey, don't worry. Like it's a blessing in disguise. The car is getting old. Da, 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 da.
Bro, I feel like we're treating this like New Year's Eve, just like fully like full on reminiscent.
We are.
Like it's the end of the year.
I know.
I'm trying to think if I got any more. I definitely do. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. Going back, the honorable mention to going back to that one restaurant, talking to that girl I had talked to you about for a while. And her looking at me with a straight face when I said, what kind of food do you like? All of it.
I like all that shit. It's delicious. Everything. My favorite food. Everything.
I was like, John, I'm going to talk to her.
That whole night was dope. Because wasn't that like, I still have your number, right? Unless it's changed.
Yo, that night was crazy.
The best part of that is that you were listening. Like I looked at you and you were like, I heard every word. Like, did you hear what this motherfucker said? You're like, I heard every word.
He bro thought I was in a whole different conversation.
Yep, full conversation. You were locked in too. I didn't know you tuned out because you were locked in. I'm so glad
you hit him with the whoa. That's crazy.
You had to tune out for a bit because you heard some wild shit going on.
Oh, yeah, man. I was like, oh, hold up. I wanted to say something. Hold on, there's some wild stuff going on. I'll check back with you in a sec, bro. Like, give me a minute.
I'll say, I think another one that comes to mind because there's a ton. There's hundreds of them with wifey. So
hundreds.
So I'll say the first time she dropped like in just conversation, referred to me as her boyfriend, just in the conversation between her and I. And
the voice message I got after that. Made me want to go find a girlfriend. The voice message I got after that. I was like, is that what happiness sounds like?
I got so happy.
Is that what it sounds like? Is that how I'm supposed to sound?
I overthought the fuck out of that. I was like, I don't want to acknowledge it and ruin the moment.
He was like, but wait. He was like, but did that sound like that to you? Because it sounded like that to me. And then I started having to do math. I'm like, well, 2 + 2 = 4. So like, another 4 + 4 = 8. So then, you multiply that by 2 is 16. Like, it makes sense.
We broke that shit down like some game tape. It didn't have to be all that. But I was so like, oh man.
I'm like, give me the play-by-play. What happened?
Okay, this is what she said. And then she said this. But how she said it though? How she said it?
Man, that's crazy. Yeah. I feel like Connecticut is so dry that my only moments that are dope are like when I left Connecticut.
Because when you're there, you're grinding.
I'm grinding, or like it's just stupid stuff happening. It's just stupid stuff. We're gonna get honorable mention. Oh boy, he don't deserve a shout out, but I will never forget this line. I will never forget this. I'm in the bar with prettiest girl I've talked to in a long time. and she walks up to me, she's talking to me. He gonna say, I said to her, oh, I was just talking about you. He gonna say to her, yeah, you said you're the hottest girl in the bar right now.
You're trying to wingman when it don't need to happen.
Worst wingman to ever touch Earth, bro. Worst wingman to ever touch Earth.
Now you're in the box with all these other dudes that are just like, you're so hot. Now you're just one of those dudes. Immediately gave her the ick, I'm sure. Yep.
Well, I don't think it gave her the ick. I think she had some other issues going on, but it just was like,
that just didn't help your
conversation
case.
Just went a whole different direction than I wanted it to go. Cause now I got to make a push for the number and all that. And I just,
he took control of the conversation instead of like setting you up to do your thing. He made the conversation about something else when it shouldn't have been.
It was just a conversation for me.
Yeah.
With a pretty girl. A lot of times I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably my problem why I'm still single. But a lot of times I'm okay just saying hi and bye to y'all. It's just how it is.
I mean, it depends on the situation too. It's hard to, you can't really just like force it or, you don't want to be too pushy. You can be assertive without being too pushy. You know what I mean? Let your intentions be known without making someone uncomfortable.
You know what I'm going to push?
What?
You know what I'm going to push?
Huh.
I'm push that like button, and y'all need to do it too on this podcast episode, man. Like this thing up, bro. Stop playing with me, man.
Good.
I'm getting crazy with these segues, bro.
You are. You're getting crazy, even if it's a hell of a reach. You're still getting crazy with them. I appreciate that.
That wasn't a reach?
No, that wasn't. That was dope. That was a dope setup. You set yourself up. You alley-ooped it off the backboard to yourself. Respect. Yes.
Okay, get me out of here.
Yep. Before you light that chair up one more time. All right. Thank you all for watching. If you're still here, again, why? Because I don't even know what this last segment turned into. Reminiscing, like you said, like it was New Year's. But technically it is New Year's Eve from a year ago.
I'm not open to conversation with you.
All right. Well. Oh, he's pulling a move.
Oh, sorry. Hi, were you talking to me? Oh, my bad.
Shit. Oh man, if y'all could listen to the files, the offline shit. Oh, that'll never happen. Oh, we're gonna have to button this shit up if we ever go live. Oh my God, it's gonna be off the chain. Oh man, we are gonna have to lock people's phones up because that's wild. This shit's wild.
Yo, no clips. No IG clips. No. Actually, a couple podcasts I follow are going on tour. I think it'd be so dope if we could go on tour one day.
That'd be fire. I wonder where the hell people are listening at. Like, where would we actually tour? That'll be the crazy thing.
Comment below in the comment section. There's your comment. Where are you listening from? Spotify has comments now. I want to see some Spotify comments.
Oh, shit.
Where are you listening from?
And like and subscribe to this mofo.
And 5-star ratings on any audio platform that you're listening on. Thank you very much. We will catch you on the next episode.
Next time.